And the man who's just joining me is the gentleman who's put this together, kind of putting the whole Bayelsa 2015 Investment and Economic Forum together. He's the man who's the general manager oversight, who was that, the Honorable Commissioner for Trade, Industry and Investment, Kamela Okara. Thank you very much, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
We appreciate your time. It's good to see you again. About 2 weeks ago, you were in Lagos, and we had a studio conversation, and here we were, and you threw me a challenge, and I remember 2 weeks ago, you asked me to come back to Bayelsa, and now Channels Television is here in full gear, and quite a little bit of a refreshing change that I've seen in 2 years. The last time I was here in November 2002, so let's continue the conversation. But what are we expecting to hear and learn over the next 2 days with regards to Governor Seriake's new economic direction for Bayelsa State?
Well, over the 2 days that you will be here, we will be unveiling many of the projects that are focused on industrializing the state economy. And in addition, we'll be having discussions, which is also additionally focused on the efforts that we need to make, having those relevant conversations in order for us to industrialize the state economy. The direction and focus of His Excellency the Governor's economic plan for the state is for Bayelsa to be a model of an African economic success story. We want Bayelsa to be a template. And so we are taking the bull by the horn, and we're focusing on industrializing the economy.
So you talk about unveiling a new industrial future for Bayelsa State.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the Eco Industrial Park project.
Now, the Eco Industrial Park project is a project that we seek to develop a world-class industrial park, where we can create a place, a ring-fenced environment for manufacturing businesses, for support businesses, creating a harmonious environment where businesses can come together and be involved in various types of manufacturing, industrial processes, because that is where jobs are created. That is where enterprises can feed into various segments of the value chain to ensure that we have a strong private sector. So we are kickstarting that by saying, okay, let's take a ring-fenced area. It is already within an industrial axis, because within that area you have the 4 billion shell gas gathering facility. You have the NIPP power project within that area. You have an excellent road network that was built by this government or rehabilitated by this government in that whole area. You have the university town 20 minutes away at Amasoma, the Niger Delta University. You have the international airport less than 10 minutes away, which is due for completion this year. So we have created an axis, a hub, where industries can thrive. So with this existing infrastructure, some in process of completion, some completed, and existing industrial businesses, we took a 50-hectare site. We've done the master plan. The master plan will be unveiled at this economic summit. And we're then saying to developers who want to come and work with us on a public-private partnership basis to develop it, to come and see what we want to do. Today you'll be hearing presentations from people from Intel, for instance, who want to hear the Intel story. So Intel is fully participating, so they can show us what they've done. And then developers, project developers, financiers can see that this model can also work. We will be hearing from UNIDO. UNIDO are the United Nations Industrial Development Organization. They will be here to tell us what is the global best practice. So we'll put together a package over the 2 days that would show that the seriousness of our government in taking Bayelsa to the world and bringing the world to Bayelsa State.
Very interesting. Over the last couple of hours yesterday, I've been here coming in through Port Harcourt. I've met quite a few Nigerian businessmen who are here in their personal capacity with their eye on Bayelsa. Very interesting. Some individuals I've met, some who have equipment, even in security, in making sure the safety of life and property. I've met a few individuals. I've met a few investment bankers who are also interested. I've met a few from the oil and gas and the energy sector who were here. Now, putting all of this together at a very crucial time, how much space, timelines do you have to achieve the new oil and gas free trade zone, to get the Eco Industrial Park up and running, and a few other things?
Okay, now, you know, this sort of project, you take them in phases. For the Brass Oil and Gas Free Trade City, that's what it's going to be called, the Brass Oil and Gas Free Trade City, Brass Island. There are already 2 ongoing projects that would then benefit from the grant of free trade zone status. One is the brass fertilizer plant. It's an ongoing $2 billion project. The company that will be here, you would also be able to interview the CEO of that business, Mr. Ben Okoye. That project is ongoing. You have the brass LNG, which has also been ongoing. So you already have existing projects that would benefit from free trade zone status. The LNG market is export-oriented. Fertilizer would feed into local market and also export-oriented. So with the free trade zone status, those will be, the status of free trade zones gives them a major impetus in terms of what they want to achieve. So that's ongoing, and those make Brass Island fantastic. Then when it comes to the industrial park, as I said, has the benefit of the NIPP project nearby. Because one of the things we're going to do with the industrial park is to ensure that there's constant, regular, and competitively priced power for the off-takers in the industrial park. So leveraging on that, in terms of the time frame, we've done the master plan now. I believe over the next 6 months, we would be talking to parties with whom we can partner on a PPP basis. Then we believe that in a 6-month time frame, we should be able to identify people, because we have a full master plan to say this is a plug-and-play plan. And these are the financials involved in making this thing happen. How do we partner? We have done that to prepare the marketing document, to prepare the feasibility document. And we're going to put money into the project, but we can't finance it all. We would rather have a private sector partner who would put in money and do a BOT, build, operate the place, over like a 30-35 year period, over which they can recoup. We would also be talking to off-takers, because if you don't have off-takers, flagship companies that want to come in there, then it's not going to be attractive. And we already have a few. There are companies in cable manufacturing, companies in power production, who already are saying, we want to be sited there. We have to then put the jigsaw together, get those companies on board, get the developers on board, and then it can happen. That would take us another 6 months to begin to have clear picture of off-takers. So within a 1-year frame, we will put together a clear plan, financing, off-takers, developers, and then we can take off.
So I'm going to ask you this question straight from the hip. Is this conference, this 2-day event that we are right now, another talk shop or a deal-making conference?
It's a deal-making conference, because last year we signed MOUs with a number of companies, and we're consolidating on that and going forward. You can never stop talking, because you have to keep talking about the potential of the state. Sometimes people don't hear it the first time, so you have to say it again and again, and sometimes then people begin to take you seriously. So we want people to take us seriously, that this is the new Bayelsa, under the current administration, under His Excellency Henry Seraki Dixon. This is a new Bayelsa. We're serious about business, we're serious about engaging the private sector. So this is the platform for that collaborative conversation that needs to take place. But we're not just going to do that. We are unveiling practical projects like the Eco-Industrial Park to say, here, we've spent time, resources to put together the master plan. This is an ideal master plan. How can you plug into this?
So talk about plugging in. That brings us to the people at the grassroots. There are hundreds of Bayelsans who are attending this event in their personal capacity and just say, I just want to go and see, come in here into this hall here. It's also getting ready. I said, I want to listen to the governor. I want to listen to his team members, including yourself, and for other investors, Nigerians, and others who will be coming in to talk to us. So what is the need actually for the people, the common man, in Bayelsa State?
The focus of this event is really for the common man, because our raison d'etre, if you will, or our rationale for doing what we're doing is to create jobs. You cannot create jobs on a massive scale without industrializing your economy, because there are limited jobs in just doing trading. There are limited jobs in the civil service. Bayelsa State is known as a civil service state. There are limited jobs. There's limited employment capacity.
You want to change from being a civil service state to an industrial state, yes or no?
Yes, absolutely. Because that's where you create the jobs. If you look at economies all over the world that create massive employment, they're industrialized. Singapore is a small city state. It's industrial base that creates the jobs.
Okay, I'm sure we'll have a time today, tomorrow to talk more about what's been discussed. We thank you for your time. We appreciate it, and it's good to see you again. And thanks for hosting us here in Bayelsa State Capital. The Honorable Commissioner in charge of Trades, Industries and Investment, Kemela Okara, talking to us and rounding it off today, the first day of this programming. Join us tomorrow, Friday, at the same time, 10 o'clock local time. We'll be here out of our global headquarters in Lagos. We're here on the road in Bayelsa State and the 2015 Investment and Economic Forum. From me, Bosin Amafai, and the rest of the broadcast crew down here in South Nigeria, we wish you a very good day, and we'll be back in 24 hours with more discussions on this event. Do have a good time. We'll see you then.